well over now. They'll all be in here pretty soon. Fancy old Spettigue getting me to come here tonight and butler for him. I suppose he's too mean to have a butler of his own. Well, all I can say is it's simply marvellous the way his lordship's kept it up. He's played the perfect lady something wonderful.
Hey, where are you going?
Hello. What's up now? Anyhow, if the worst comes to the worst, I've got his lordship's dress clothes with me.
Brassett, get me a fly quick, I'm going home. You've been going along all right. If you had only paid more attention to old Spettigue, well, why the deuce did you fall from the dinner table like that?
Yes, it's so awfully dangerous and unkind of you, you know.
Instead of behaving in a decent manner as Charley's aunt, here you are going on like some disgraceful old.
Go on, finish it. Don't spare me. Not that I'm drunk anyhow, or if I am, it's for the want of it.
Now look here, Babbs. This game won't do.
Yes, think of the girls and solemn promise you gave to help us for their sakes. Yes, but she wasn't here then.
She?
Who? The little girl.
What little girl?
Miss Delahay.
What? The girl with Mrs. What's her name? Smythe.
Yes, Miss Butterscotch Smythe's niece.
Well, what of her?
Why, she's the little girl I met in Monte Carlo. And this Butterscotch woman is the woman who took her away. And I'm off!
Oh, stop them, Charley, quick! You put us into this deuce of a mess.
I have all the beastly and grateful things to say.
Oh, what difference can it make to you now?
I want to talk to her!
Talk to her? What about?
I want to tell her what you fellas have been telling your girls. Hang it. I'm just as much as love as you are. Jack, they'll hear everything.
Oh, was there ever such an idiot?
No, there never was. Look at me. I'm a disgrace to my sex.
If the worst comes to the worst, we'll take the bull by the horns and be done with him.
You can take the bull by the tail for all I care. And what's more, you can tell those confounded girls of yours to leave off kissing me before her. I won't stand it.
Well, don't shout, you idiot! We'll make some excuse. Say she's ill, and put him in the fry and be done with him. Yes.
And Charley, you can make some excuse to Miss Verdun for me.
Miss Verdun? What have you got to say to Miss Verdun? Come out with it.
Oh, haven't I promised to get old Spettige's consent in writing, you idiots? You're as hopeless as a couple of babies. You want your mothers with you?
This way, madam.
Oh, they're coming.
Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah, sit down, quick.
How's your aunt, Mr. Wykeham? We were afraid she might be ill.
Yes, is there anything the matter?
Oh, Auntie's just a little upset by the heat of the dining room, that's all.
The heat? I found it rather cold.
Oh, yes, Charley means that. Cold. You see, Charley, Miss Donna Lucia has lived so long in a warm climate.
Won't you try Auntie's smelling salts? Oh, so good.
Thank you. She's often like this, isn't she, Charley?
I hope Donna Lucia's all right.
Yes, is she?
Oh yes, Mr. Chesney says she's all right now.
Well, go and tell Mrs. Spettigue he's most anxious and leave her with us.
Yes, we'll take care of her now.
Oh, I say, you chaps, don't leave me. Here's a deuce of a position. I wonder what they'll talk about. I hope they'll be careful before me.
I wonder who she really is, Auntie.
Some old thing they got after receiving my telegram.
Say something to her, Auntie. I like to hear her talk.
I would, but just look at her. If I thought they intended that to be like me, I would never forgive them.
Oh, hark at this silly fool.
I say, Brassett, what's the story?
Oh, that's just what I expected.
That Don Pedro was so fond of telling.
I must put a stop to this. Oh, none of the young ladies play something, please.
How rude of her to interrupt like that.
Oh, she couldn't have heard you, Auntie.
Do tell us, Mrs. Beverly Smythe.
Oh yes, anything about Don Pedro would be very interesting.
Perhaps Donna Lucia would rather tell Don Pedro's story herself.
Tom Pedro?
Your late husband, you know, Don Pedro Alvadores.
Oh, yes, I remember his name. I just don't remember any of the stories. I don't hold with such frivolity.
Auntie, don't tease her. Tell the story yourself.
Well, Don Pedro, who was the kindest soul in all the world, will Donna Lucia give me permission?
Oh, you won't mind Mrs. Beverly Smythe telling the story, will you?
And you'll listen, won't you?
If I must, I must.
was say, Dom Pedro, who was the kindest soul in all the world, once found one of his cellarmen tipsy, very tipsy. So Dom Pedro, who the man did not recognize.
Why, was Don Pedro tipsy?
No, Lucia, the man. The man was tipsy.
Dom Pedro was of course most abstemious. That's what makes the point of the story.
Or does it?
So Dom Pedro said to the man, what would Dom Pedro say if he found you like this?
Tipsy like this?
Yes, yes.
And what did the man say?
The man said, and this is where it's so funny, the man said, oh, that's all right. Dom Pedro's often like this.
Tipsy?
Yes.
All the damn silly stories. What was the man's name?
Really, I don't know the man's name.
Oh, what a pity.
But don't you remember the story, Donna Lucia? It was a favourite of Dom Pedro's.
Oh yes, I shrieked when I heard it first. I say, that reminds me of a very funny story. Might one of the young ladies play something, please?
I'm so out of practice. You sing something, Amy?
Oh no, I'm afraid I can't. I know nothing new.
What about that charming little ballad? Ta-ra-ra-boom-yay.
I'm afraid I can't, Donna Lucia.
Won't you sing something for us, Donna Lucia? One of those charming little Brazilian songs I've heard Dom Pedro was so fond of.
Oh no, I haven't sung since I had the measles. Over 40 years ago.
Another libel. I must have been the merest infant.
But I do play a little. That's it. I shan't have to hear them talk and I can drown their conversation.
I hope you've quite recovered from the shock my niece gave you today.
Yes, I was a little upset, wasn't I? I suffer so much from giddiness. Were you ever giddy?
Never.
I was. What shall I play? Little Beethoven or Bluebells of Scotland?
Come along, dear friends, come along.
Here they come. Now don't forget the letter.
Oh no, I won't forget.
Amy, let's get them all out into the garden and leave her alone with the
Charming, charming. Brassett, bring the cigars. Endless across the ladies, Mrs. Beverly Smythe, Don Lucia. Do you object to...
What, smoking? No, I like it. Kills the insects and things.
Jack, what's he doing?
Staring at her like he did all through dinner.
Oh, the fool! I must make an opportunity to see her alone. It's a sweet evening. Perhaps some of you may care to enjoy a cigar in the garden.
No, thank you, sir.
It's a sweet evening.
You've been enjoying yourselves capitally, Miss Verdun. We heard the music.
Oh yes, Donna Lucia has been playing for us.
How charming, Donna Lucia. What should we have done without your dear aunt, Charley?
Oh.
Don't burn like that, you idiot! Are you fond of music, Mr. Spettigue?
I hope to be.
Why? Do you want to take lessons? What does he keep looking at me like that for? Boiled owl.
Dad, I'm glad you know about Kitty now. She's a splendid girl, isn't she?
I like her very much, I must say, Jack.
You've taken a load off my mind, Dad. I thought I was quite without means.
Not altogether, my boy. And you thought this matter well over?
Night and day, Dad. Ever since I first met her.
It's a serious step, you know. A serious step.
Now don't forget, in writing. Amy, let's get them all out into the garden. You take Charlie.
I'm glad I told Dad now.
But Donna Lucia, why won't you listen to reason?
I'll listen to reason with pleasure. And where is the letter you promised me?
The letter? Ah, I remember. I've not written it yet.
Not yet.
We need to make an opportunity to speak it over, alone.
Yes, that would be nice.
Charlie, why are you so depressing? We ought to be happy today.
Amy, sometimes great joys bring about a sort of a reaction. I shall be better tomorrow.
Let's go into the garden.
I've told the dad straight out, and he's delighted. But Kitty, you won't regret turning your back on society and the road.
And the stifling hollowness of my own Monday, and everybody else's rest of the week, and have something real to think about? Jack, the vista is too heavenly. Come into the garden.
It's a sweet evening. Perhaps you'd care for a cigar, Jack?
No, thank you, sir.
It's a sweet evening.
Shall we join them?
Yes, it would be a charity to leave these two people alone.
Why?
Just a little matchmaking mischief, that's all.
On Spettigue's account?
No, on Donna Lucia's.
They've gone. No, Lucia. They've gone. Ah, there you are, Dr. Lucia. How I have longed for this moment.
Oh, he's getting on.
Dr. Lucia, I need to speak to you.
No, I'm very angry with you.
Lucia, you wounded me. Don't say that.
No, but I do say that. After the promise you made me to treat me like this.
The promise?
The consent you promised in writing.
Lucia, how could you? When we have so much to say that more nearly concerns ourselves.
No, we have not. You don't know me. I'm no ordinary woman.
Lucia, listen to me, I beg of you.
I'll listen to you with pleasure. Only where is the letter you promised me?
Lucia, will you hear me?
I'll hear you with pleasure. Only where is the letter you promised me?
Lucia, do I deserve this?
He deserves 6 months, the old idiot.
Oh, Lucia, you are a puzzle, an enigma.
How dare you? Until you give me the letter, all is over between us.
That decides me. I go to my room. A brief note.
With full consent and signed, don't forget.
Then say you will be mine.
I'll say whatever you like, only don't be too long in the study.
Darling.
That's all right. I say, what devils we women are. Oh, I should be an old woman the rest of my life. I haven't had a drink or a smoke all day. Hello. Here's a fire. I wonder how long he'll be in the study. And if I don't chance it. Beautiful. Beautiful.
She's smoking.
Auntie, do you find the air chilly?
Yes, my dear. I thought I'd get a wrap of some kind.
I'll go upstairs and get you something. I know where your things are.
Are you alone?
Yes, that's so sad.
Dear me. My, what a dreadful smell of smoke.
Yes, I noticed it myself. Let me go find the culprits.
Don't go. I wanted to talk to you.
Oh?
About your late husband. Don Pedro.
Oh, that would be nice.
Do you know, when I first met Don Pedro, he told me that he had no wife.
Oh, the wicked storyteller. Oh, but he was a cruel husband.
The Don Pedro I knew was noble, kind, and gentle.
Oh, that is his father, you see. The gentleman with the white moustache.
I've never known such effrontery. Donna Lucia, I'm surprised you don't indulge in the habit of smoking. So many Brazilian women do, you know.
Well, to tell you the truth, that's just what I was doing when you came in.
Then pray, don't let me interrupt you. I wouldn't have been surprised at a pipe.
Can I offer you one?
Gorringe.
Well, can I get you a drink of any kind?
No, thank you. Pardon my curiosity, Donna Lucia, but do you have any children?
Only a few, none to speak of.
Here's your wrap, Auntie.
Thank you, my dear. I'm going into the garden. I think Sir Francis has something to say to me. But as it's rather cold, you better stay in.
Auntie said we weren't to hint about our knowing she's not Auntie. Oh, I'm sure she's only doing it to oblige them. Oh, don't go, please.
I was only going into the garden.
But it has turned quite chilly. Auntie sent me in because of that.
Well, can I get you a wrap of any kind?
Oh, no, thank you. I'm all right. Auntie thinks I'm better here. I've been ill, you know.
But I didn't know that.
Oh, I'm all right now, if I take care.
Yes, you must take great care.
Auntie, I fancy, is more particular than usual this evening. Oh, for you know, years ago, she and Sir Francis were sweethearts.
Were they?
Yes, they were. But he went away without telling her he was ever and ever so fond of her. Auntie says he was shy, and he went away without knowing that she was ever and ever so fond of him. Oh, but the noblest man I ever knew was shy and oh so kind. He got to know how Papa had become so ill and so poor and lost a large sum of money playing cards. Auntie thinks on purpose. I often wondered why they played cards. And when I asked the doctor if it was doing any harm, he said, not the game being played. Oh, but I've got all the money, and if we ever meet, I mean to give it back.
Oh, no, you mustn't think of doing that. You'll think you're accusing him of some sort of cheating.
Oh, but it was so much. Auntie says enough to make me independent for life.
And do you think he'd take it back if he knew that?
But I should only feel it my duty.
Well, it's too late now.
But he went away before I had time to tell him how much I loved him. For his kindness to my poor father. You don't mind me telling you all this, do you? I don't know why, but I like to talk to you. Oh, I like you. And I do so long to see him again.
Lucia?
Is that the letter?
Yes, this is the letter. But first, make my happiness complete. Say that from this blissful moment, we are engaged.
We are engaged. We are engaged.
Darling,
Mr. Spettigue.
call me Stephen.
Is this the letter, Stephen?
Yes, that is the letter, and we are betrothed.
We are betrothed.
Darling.
Mrs. Beverley Smythe, Sir Francis. Congratulate me, congratulate me.
I knew it.
I am the happiest man in the world. But where are the dear children? This must be a day of happiness and rejoicing for us all. For us all.
What does he mean? What's this excitement about?
Can't you guess?
No.
Didn't I tell you what would happen if we left those two alone?
Eh?
Don't you understand? She's accepted him.
What?
Yes, Donna Lucia Dalvadores.
You don't mean that.
I think you'll discover his mistake before long.
Joe, what a fool I've been.
Why? Are you sorry?
No, but that young rascal of a boy of mine made some sort of stupid suggestion that I should...
Give your hand and heart to Donna Lucia Dalvadores from Brazil, where the nuts
When I think of what a fool I was, might have been, should have been.
And you don't envy him?
Envy him?
But think of her millions.
Oh, Lucy, when I saw your face...
You didn't recognize it.
No, but when I did, and I told you all that in the garden just now, and you'll be content for a while with a cottage and your old sweetheart?
And you'll take me, a penniless widow?
Nothing could make me happier.
Oh, Frank.
Lucy. Why, what are you smiling at?
Oh, I was just thinking of
Of what?
Donna Lucia Dalvadores.
Well, she's a quaint little figure, I must own.
Auntie, did you find the air chilly?
I didn't notice,
Auntie, how pretty you look tonight. Has Sir Francis?
Come along, dear children, come along. Now, Kitty, you sit there. Amy there. Now, I have something I'd like to tell you. Something that I'm sure will make you all very happy indeed. But where is Donna Lucia?
Donna Lucia's gone to her room, I fancy.
Perhaps it's for the best. Now, before she returns, I'd like to tell you a little secret.
A secret?
You'll pardon me if I beg your attention for a few moments.
Goodness gracious, Jack, what's he going to say?
Oh, how am I to know until he said it?
Situated as I am, lonely widower, mateless uncle, surrounded by grave responsibilities, my niece, my ward, a good fairy, as I may say, tripped in among us, bringing with her unexpected light and joy.
Who does he mean?
Shut up!
Under her influence, I have consented to the engagement of my niece with a young man in whose honour and probity I have the fullest confidence, Mr. Charles Wykeham.
Charley, how sweet of you, dear heart.
Furthermore, charmed by irresistible spells, I have consented to the union of my ward with Jack, only son of my friend Sir Francis Chesney. But Sir Francis, what would you say to a third engagement?
What?
Our good fairy, nay, let me continue without further metaphor, one whose name is honoured in the southwestern hemisphere, as that of Rothschild is in Europe, has consented to become Mrs. Stephen Spettigue. I allude to our dear friend Don Lucia Dalvadores. What was that?
Beg pardon, sir, the trains.
Be more careful, Brassett.
Uncle!
Be more careful. Now, nothing would please me more than to...
Mrs. Spettigue, I can listen to this ghastly farrago no longer.
Mr. Wykeham, sir, what do you mean?
I say so, and I don't care what the result may be. I can listen to this ghastly...
I presume, sir, in espousing my niece?
I can't. I won't espouse her. Not only these false and lying pretenses. That woman...
Do you allude in such a manner to...
I say that woman...
I must beg of you to speak with more respect of your aunt, sir.
She is not my aunt.
Not your aunt?
I love Amy far too sincerely.
Never mind that, sir. Explain your words. Answer me.
Mr. Spettigue, if you would allow me to say that the blame is mine, and let me explain.
I am addressing this person, sir. Answer me. What do you mean?
I must tell his lordship of this.
At the last moment, this morning, my aunt, on whose account we'd invited Miss Verdun and Miss Spettigue, telegraphed to say she couldn't come. The girls arrived
And I, sir, prevailed upon another person to, well...
To personate her? I have been infamously, treacherously deceived.
That was not our intention,
Don't
sir.
lie to me, sir.
I beg pardon, sir. You forget. You were not expected.
A frump like that, with a wig.
Well, you can't blame him for that.
May I come in?
Turn that woman out of my house.
I say, may I come in?
Turn that woman out of... Who are you, sir?
That Charlie's aunt from Brazil, where the nuts come from.
Thank you, Babberley, you duffer.
Oh, thank God, Babberley. I beg your pardon.
Auntie! And I told him everything.
But what does this mean, sir?
It means we've all done very wrong, and we're all extremely sorry. Intender your humblest apologies, sir. My apologies, I should say, for if I hadn't offered the temptation, the whole thing would never have occurred.
And if Mrs. Spettigue would allow us to add our apologies...
And say that we have no words to express our humble contrition.
No, it's infamous, infamous. And where is the document obtained from me under these fraudulent pretenses?
Oh, the letter. I have the letter.
Oh, it's mine.
Miss Verdun, give it to me, sir. I demand it.
Allow me.
I shall dispute it. Under her father's will, I shall dispute it.
This letter is addressed and has been delivered to Donna Lucia Dalvadores.
But he is not Don Lucia.
No, but I am.
You?
My aunt!
Lucy, you will pardon me if I retire. And as for you, sir, I shall be reporting to the authorities, your college, in the morning.
Can't be up for breach of promise, can it?
Charley, Mr. Wykeham, how dare you, how dare any of you treat my poor Uncle Stephen like that? I will never forgive you.
Be patient with us, my dear. Your uncle shall receive the most profound reparation my influence can make. And as for my part, I only shared in the deception when I found another lady established in my place.
No wonder she knew all about my late husband.
Well, I'm sorry anyway, but I trust Jack with my life.
Indeed, then he must wait until I'm his mother.
Mother?
Yes, Donna Lucia, in deceiving me as much as anyone, has done me the honour to recollect an old affection, and has promised to assume that authority. So, watch out, Jack.
Lord Fanctourt Babberley, I'm afraid you've gained one confidence that nothing can excuse.
I know, and I reproach myself beyond expression. But I wouldn't part with the memory of that confidence to save my life. And if Miss Delahay would allow me to say so, I am willing to atone for it with a lifelong devotion.
Auntie.
Now where is my son?
Yeah, Mama.
I'm going to have to talk to you very seriously before I give you this. And Charley, if you ever deceive that young girl again, I'll never forgive you. And as for you, sir.
Oh no, never again. I give you my word. I'll give you the clothes if you like. I'm done with them. Miss Delahay has consented to think me over as a husband. And in future I resign to Sir Francis Chesney. All claims to Charley's aunt.